Hey, welcome back. I have another video, and this time here it's a mail call video, I guess. I can't call it an unboxing because it's already all unboxed and built, obviously. I was kind of just browsing Facebook Marketplace the other day. I was looking for a copy of a book. The book was not coming up, and then I decided to look for something for my Night Lords for 30k, and I came across this, and once I looked at the price and what was available in it, and just the pure nostalgia of this army, I had to have it. So I got in contact with the guy. We worked out the deal, and a few days later, here I am. So I wanted to talk about why I decided to get a really old Chaos army for Night Lords when I'm currently doing a Night Lords 30k army, and right off the bat, the main reason has absolutely nothing to do with 30k. This is actually just because I love Oldhammer. I don't go as far back as like 2nd edition Rogue Trader. I started in 3rd. The stuff before that really has never interested me. And it's never come up to try it, so, for me, nostalgia is like 3rd to 5th edition of 40k, and like 6th to 8th edition fantasy. Again, I didn't play the stuff before that. But this period, the late 90s, early 2000s, these models, they're awesome. I love them. And I just thought I would share this. And even though it is 40k, there's a lot of this that's going to get used in 30k. I'm just going to get some base extenders, whatever they're called, little rings you stick on, so that they have the bigger size bases. But until then, I'll have to just be working on cleaning them up anyways, because they do need a little bit of work. The paint job is very late 90s, early 2000s. Exactly what you would expect. Very little in the way of washes or, fine detailing, although these models really didn't have a lot of super fine details to begin with. So I'm just going to really quickly go through what is here. I just broke these down by squads of 10 and gave them a rhino, each with an aspiring champion. These are the old pewter aspiring champions, and have things like the old assault weapons in there. These are mostly plastic, although there are some pewter and plastic hybrids. And there's 2 squads of these, each in a rhino. Slightly different loadouts, like these guys here have a melt-a-gun, and he has a chainsword instead of what the other squad had. And in the back, there are some more Marines, another aspiring champion, just another squad. This one here, I sort of just decided that I would put them together into one larger squad. And one thing about Chaos Space Marines that I've always liked for older editions, I can't remember what they were like in newer editions, but you used to be able to have fairly large squads of them, which made them quite different from how Space Marines played, because these guys were kind of similar to the Horus Heresy squads, where they could just have larger numbers. Back here is an old Predator. This is a pewter model, a hybrid pewter and plastic. It's a Predator Destructor, I think they're called. It's the variant that's got the autocannon and the las cannon sponsons. And in front of that, there is a sorcerer. He's missing his backpack, but that's okay. I'm sure I can 3D print something, and I might even have a backpack for him in my bits box. Part of me thinks I do. I just need to go look for it. Next to them, I've got these guys here. They are just regular Marines. I think they're plastic, or some of them are metal and plastic, but they have these. And I had never seen these before. I had to go look them up. Because they're very clearly Horus Heresy style jump packs. And what they're called are turbofan jump packs. They were released sometime around 88, give or take, back when Rogue Trader was new. They seem to have just been a bit you could buy. I never found on Stuff of Legends any miniature that actually used them, but I did find that they were there, and in the 2004 catalog, I believe it was, the complete one, they did show this under the bits, so they were still being sold as late as 2004 at least. They're pretty cool. I like them. I just was really intrigued by these guys, just because, again, they have just a different style of jump pack that I was not aware of, so that's neat. I really need to go through those catalogs a little more closely and look at the bits. It's really frustrating that I would not be able to order them from mail order like I used to have the option of doing, but I can at least try to track them down on eBay and stuff if there's something really cool. Back there, there's just a bunch of different special weapons, and yeah, I mean, just it's special weapons, handy stuff to have extras of. Might be a bit too much, although because Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines, you could run them in squads of 5 with a weapon. I really could just have a bunch of small units of 5 with special weapons if I really wanted to, so I guess I could use them. But having extras is always good. You can swap things out and tailor-make your list. I've also got some of these Raptors. I believe they're 2nd edition. Although Chaos had a few different Raptors in fairly quick order from each other. Like, they didn't take too long updating these to the ones with the more sloped jump packs. But these guys are cool. These were actually where I got the heads for my Assault Marines I'm doing. And there are 3 of the heads I like. Right now I'm going to leave them on here. But there's a good chance these guys might lose their heads. I actually even have a couple of those ones tucked away. I just don't like them as much. So these guys here, they might get some Night Lord heads swapped in. Just because I think that would look cool. And then I could, again, steal these over to my Horus Heresy guys. Have a few more at least that have the right period heads that I was using. And I've got an Abaddon in here. That was pretty neat to see. I've never actually seen Abaddon in person. Believe it or not, this guy, he just never got used by anybody I played against, and yeah, he's just the first time I've ever seen the pewter one, the old one. Whoa. Okay, got a little too close there, I guess. The only time I've ever seen one in person that I can remember. If I ever saw it before, it was not memorable. He needs to be stripped. I'm going to have to take this guy down to bare metal and start over. But that's okay. I do want to paint him. That's going to be fun. A bunch of Terminators. These are the old pewters. And they're just smaller versions of what we have. Chaos Terminators have basically always looked the same for like 30 years or whatever it's been that they've been around. They just make them bigger. That's all that happens. I feel that they pretty much always have the same kind of style that gets carried forward. So it's neat to see these guys again. It's been a long time since I've seen the old pewter ones. And there are 7 of them. Not legal because there's a second one that has another autocannon. So I have 2 of those, but I can run 7 of them. I guess, sorry, there's 8. I would need 2 more is what I guess I'm saying. If I had 2 more, I could run a squad of 10 or 2 squads of 5. Got some Havocs up front. Couple heavy bolters, las cannon, and an autocannon. You know, can either give them a sergeant and have them sit in the back, or more likely I could mix them into some squads, or probably this guy here. I would take him out. A 5-man squad with him, And a plasma gun would be really handy in the back. Maybe even the same thing with this autocannon. Have, 2 small squads of 5 with those, and then a small Havoc squad with just a couple of heavy bolters. I'm going to try to get some more heavy weapons at some point just to beef up these numbers. But it's everything I need to start with, so I'm pretty happy with that. Also, there's this weird set of wings. I can't identify them. If you recognize them and you could share, that would be awesome. I looked in a few different spots. I just can't figure out what these are from. They might not even be Warhammer at this point, I'm thinking. And then I've got a few, these are metal marines. Like, these are possessed. He's a possessed, and this guy. They're pretty neat. This guy here. Yeah, these are all just like old pewter marines. There are other pewter marines mixed in here and there, but for the most part, they're right there. So I'm not even certain they're all like legit. Like this guy here definitely has some green stuff going on for his jump pack. I don't know 100% which model he is, but I'm going to strip these guys down and see what's going on. There's some green stuff there at least, although a good portion of it is pewter. Really cool guys. Like these a lot. But they've got really quite a heavy base coat. Oh, I skipped him. This guy here, he's one of my favorite models. This is the Chaos Lord I used to run before I sold off most of them. And this is available to him, so he's going to get that so he can join in that smaller Raptor unit. And yeah, that is the army. It's got pretty much everything you would kind of need back in 3rd edition. I'd love to get a pewter dreadnought. And maybe even a defiler, because then I can use the 2nd codex more efficiently. Probably get some demons too, although they wouldn't be something you'd run with these guys. I do have some furies somewhere for my dark elves, but I could push them over to this. Raptor squads like to go and imprison Chaos Furies and like force them into battle, so that could be fluffy to add. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to kind of show these guys off. There's a bunch of work I got to do. I mean, it's been sitting for a while. It's quite dusty. I'm going to take my time cleaning that off, though. So that's why it's still there. I don't want to break off any more of the iron bars and spikes than already are. And just start cleaning these up. I'm going to get some Null oil on the ones that look the best and see what I can do with them from there. But yeah, just another 3rd edition army available to me. Right now I've got 3rd edition Eldar, Imperial Guard, and these guys that are all now at playable levels. And I'm going to be doing up a Blood Angels army. And I just need to source a couple of these, honestly. The list I'm trying to design, I need some of these. But we'll see how that goes. I might have to just go with newer models. But because of Horus Heresy, I can kind of cheat and get Horus Heresy rhinos and predators and stuff and take advantage of that. But they're a little bit back burner. I've just been slowly gathering parts for them, because my plan is to have like 4 or 5 3rd edition armies, because as you can see, they're not really that big. This is like 2,000 points, like easily, and you wouldn't play 2,000 points Usually you play about 1,500 and maybe 1,750. Those are like big games. 2,000 points would be what we would have called like a mega battle back then. And I just kind of want to, yeah, just get these things functional for just a few old hammer armies I can tuck away that I can break out with my kids and teach them later on, because I'm not going to bother teaching them the new rules. I don't like them, but I do like the old rules, and I've got lots of cool minis for the older editions. So that is the plan. Anyways, thoughts or comments, you can leave them down below. If you are into collecting older Warhammer, what armies? And is there any miniatures you're out there trying to find actively? And what's the best random find you've ever come across? Because, like, for me, actually, I missed one thing. I'll get back to that in a second. But for me, this is definitely the best find I've had in quite a while, just because it was a ready-made army. There's a lot of painting already done. You can see that it is, like, you know, it's not like top level painting, but it's very clean. Very little work on my part to just touch it all up and then put some Nuln Oil on it. And Nuln Oil is so good at taking models like this really to another level. And it's kind of crazy how good that works. And then you're just going to go in and like touch up things with just a nice layer on top, and you have some great looking minis. And yeah, that's just kind of my plan. This also included a case. I'm going to show that right now. This is the best case ever, because he did this. And nothing makes me happier than people who played the game in a way that, like, you know, they were involved. It wasn't just, I'm getting an army and I'm going to play because I want to go, you know, play this game and win. This guy here obviously loved Night Lords, and he loved the hobby. And when he went to places, whether it was just a one-off game or a tournament, he wanted people to know that, you know, he loved his Night Lords. So I would love to hear some of his you know, his personal experiences playing. You know, what great games he had with these. So yeah, that's it. And thanks very much for watching, and have a great day.